One day after the release of audio recordings between Columbia's interim police chief and a dismissed captain, our investigative team breaks down new details. On the recordings, you hear Chief Ruben Santiago and former Captain Dave Navarro. The conversations took place before Navarro accused Santiago of a plan to frame a top city official last year. He claimed the plan would have set in place a promotion process that would have made Santiago chief and Navarro his right-hand man. Now, earlier this week, it was announced after months of investigations, there was not enough evidence to charge Santiago, and a solicitor agreed. Our investigative reporter Jody Barr is in our studio tonight. And Jody, there's been a lot of public interest in this saga.
Well, there has. You know, we've listened to these recordings and you never hear any conversation specifically about framing the assistant city manager. But what you do hear is Ruben Santiago and Dave Navarro talking about a promotion process involving former Chief Randy Scott, Santiago, and Dave Navarro. The former captain says that's exactly what was supposed to happen if the Black Ops plan went through. For months, the city's held on to two recordings between former police captain Dave Navarro and interim chief Ruben Santiago. Those recordings were part of SLED's investigation into the Black Ops allegations. The plan, according to Navarro, was to plant a gun and drugs in assistant city manager Allison Baker's car. Navarro blew the whistle last July, accusing Santiago of coming up with the plan.
There was no doubt in my mind that he meant what he was planning to do. He meant it, and he was going to carry it through if he found the right person to do it with. But Dave Navarro was not going to be the person to do that for him.
Santiago denied the allegations, and a SLED report found there was not enough evidence to pursue a charge. Navarro says the results of the Black Ops was to get Allison Baker fired. Former Chief Scott would take his job, Santiago would become chief, and Navarro would become second in charge. Listen to this portion of a taped conversation between Santiago and Navarro from January 2013.
You know all of my plans that I've been doing to try to get him promoted. Randy.
I understand all that.
For him, when he gets promoted, then we all move up. This is just, when he mentioned that he needed to move, then I said, you know what? Okay, we've been talking about it for a few months anyways.
The conversation, Navarro says, happened inside the chief's office. Navarro was being reassigned to another region and was unhappy about the reassignment.
In my mind, what I'm thinking is Dave can go there. It's laid back. We can start really making the happen behind the scenes that we really want to happen. Make it happen.
Santiago tells Navarro keeping him at headquarters takes up too much of Navarro's time. Having Navarro in another region, Santiago says on the recording, frees up Navarro for other duties.
I don't have access to you like I need you to. And if you're going to be my number two or my number one, then I need you to be included.
In the recording, Santiago continues to discuss Navarro's reassignment.
But there is no solid solution to make everyone happy on this, you know? But at least you went to West Region, because we don't have a timetable on this, you know?
Well, again, Ruben Santiago's denied every one of Navarro's allegations. He did it on camera with us last July and did so again in the lawsuit Navarro filed against the city. What we did not get with the recordings were records to show how they relate to the Black Ops SLED investigation or how the city got its hands on them in the first place. These are not the only recordings from the SLED file. SLED spokesman told me he plans to release the full investigative report next week. We should know then every detail of these recordings. Ben?